What the heck?
Give them to my sister's children.
Got it.
And then promptly leave.
Promptly? Promptly.
Of course, and you'll be the evil uncle.
What the heck?
The nurse is quiet compared to a fire truck where you.
It's live.
That was my.
What is that?
My evil brother-in-law. Yeah, to my children. Yeah. And my sister thanked me for giving her Legos.
Where am I hearing this?
We're getting a
Oh, sorry.
we're getting bleed of office hours from you, JJ.
Yep, sorry. It was the thing playing. It started playing in the background on screen. Wow. At the restaurant. Okay, so and you share. Okay. This is mad. Okay.
Okay, Jeffrey is making the call to lock the panel at this point.
Okay, I
Guy
realize
has just
good.
emerged.
Good, Alex is fixed. Guy, number, good. Number. Where'd Joe go? Joe still have his number up. Let's see if Joe has an ID over here.
Joe Floyd. Yeah, no, he's not got.
Is Liberty there? She's supposed to be the host.
Yes, Liberty's there, and she's got video on.
Joe Floyd.
I don't see her in
She's
the 16.
I'll get it. Well, yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, yes, it needs resyncing.
I'm hoping that Joe gets his number in there before I sync. Okay, I'll stop video temporarily so I can sync. Sound checks. Rather 1980 cutter. The pumpkin cutter. Come on. Sing faster. There we go. Like that. Set up outputs. Yes.
Marvelous.
Okay.
Right.
Small victories.
I guess Bill is going to be reader. Can we
make him
put him in place of the meters?
So the meters. Oh yeah, sure. Oh sure. Okay. Bill.
Oh, and actually no, put him in place of your 2.0 thing in position 3.
We'll have you go ahead and jump. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Good morning, one and all.
Great.
Welcome to Office Hours, post this little bit of Christmas season.
Oh, so great.
And then you can put Tony where the meters are.
Thank you, Mr. Mobley. Is Cochrane on 20?
We're going to start with
What do I have?
Yeah, the scopes are on 20.
Cochrane's name.
Cochrane has his camera on, so there he is.
Do you see him in 20 yet?
Yep.
And then who's on? Oh, that's Joshua. Okay, and then who is underneath Joe? Those are meters.
No, that is my fault.
Why did Hosmer take out his meters?
That's why the meters disappeared. DJ has hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
So I am now going to change
LH 2.0 in Zoom now. Chad and panelists. Oh, that's okay. Cool. Thank you. All right. So let me go back to our main. What's it called? Let me grab the copy link. And let me go over
I was wondering if we could put Alex somewhere other than 1 today, given that Liberty is host.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So we're just going to.
Where's Liberty?
So I hope everybody had a fabulous end of the year season. I think the plans for New Year's are coming along really well. Hopefully, those of
No.
you in places where the weather becomes a problem.
What's happened at 15?
Too much snow or too much rain.
We've got meters over.
Where do you put in the meters? Wait, sharing the meters? There you go.
No, it was John Pretter. There we go.
Oh, sorry,
Okay. Let's see if I can get those meters back in.
okay. For those of you who haven't been here, there might be somebody who hasn't been a lot.
Well, I can leave those like that. Okay, so I will try to, this may break things. I will try to move Liberty to 1.
Excellent. All right, we're there. Anyway, let me just finish that up for those who might be listening. If you
Yeah, Dennis,
pay attention to
is it okay if we leave Liberty where she is?
that really helps.
Okay.
Because based on today's news and the hubbub, it'd be really great if we can make this as smooth as possible by touching
Right.
as little as possible.
Okay, we still need something at 10.
Yeah. So do we have Mark, Julian? Oh, Mobley. Okay, Mobley. Great. Take Tony. 10. There we go. Great.
There we go. Lovely.
All right. Unfortunately, Joe, is he on page 1? He is.
So you sound pretty good in my head. So let's don't make too big of an adjustment. Jeffrey Powers, Jason Basin.
Joe could be difficult.
Hey, everybody, Jeffrey Powers.
Oh, there his numbers.
He was not able to adjust
Okay.
his framing.
Let's see if I can change this thing again. I'm gonna do it manually. Joe Floyd, where are you? Joe Floyd. Gainesville.
1350. Gainesville, comma, FL,
Dash 1.
1350.
And he is in 9. Hope this works. I hope. Okay, I've sent that to. How's that
Okay.
working?
I'm going to concentrate on watching that we see everyone come up in program. Courtney's good.
What? I'll shut my gob.
Is there anyone that could read me the office hours webinar meeting a number?
And we're hearing you. I'm not entirely sure what you meant.
I mean, the main meeting. I was just wondering if I could get the meeting number for that.
Oh, right. It is 844 989 302.
Thank you. And there's no passcode, just registration, I think.
Correct.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Might need to remind Rabbi Paskin to be centered when he talks. JJ. You're not able to change the 4-ups to quad, right? At this point.
I would advise against that anyway, simply because you lose the ordering when you do that. I think the proper solution, well, certainly the one I would recommend, would be that we just don't show more than 3 people in the queue.
They'll need to be
And
cross-sectioned.
yeah, it would be possible without the change having been made in the machine to just switch the layout in Mix Effect.
Yeah, that was my thinking, but not, but your request is less easy. So that's why I was thinking that way. Making it less making it less super sources in the JavaScript is something that is untested. That's why.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be in the
gonna do that.
JavaScript. It would if we had 4 or more hands up, JJ would have to just find the layout that's equivalent with 3 and switch to that. I'm not sure that would be practical to do.
No, that's not what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that either you can only have the 3 in the smart gallery, or you can have 4 with a different layout, and that's.
Yes. Well, the different layout would also require going into Mix Effect and changing that, which I would say is not worth trying to do at this stage. It would have to be done 4 times. The solution for today can just be that I don't cut to the super source if there are 4 panelists in it.
Yeah, that's better. All right, so where is my?
Can we get Liberty as host in the super source, please, JJ, when you get a moment? I thought Jason looked a bit dark today.
It's interesting. Oh, because I'm not subscribing to all. There we go. So I am hooked into Zoom OSC, and I will pull Mukana every once in a while just to check to see how info is coming in.
Cool. Okay. I reckon we're about ready to turn the framer off now, aren't we?
I haven't heard from JJ in a little bit. Is he lost audio?
Oh, sorry.
I don't
this was
know.
muted.
No,
Sorry.
there we are.
Gonna be
He was
polite.
paying attention because I saw the frame disappear. For some reason, we have Peter as the reader in the super source at the moment. Bill is at 3. There we go. That's done.
Yeah, it's because Bill was originally
He was there, yes.
19. He was at 19.
Yeah.
So Bill was at 19, which made it confusing when I put Peter into 19. Even though I
Yeah.
moved Bill to 3. Too many movements. And I'm not convinced that Mr. Floyd will appear.
Right. Checking I have control, and I do.
I haven't seen any text from Alex, so I think everything's working. Okay. And I'm not watching. Are there folks here?
I'm just
Oh,
waiting
cool.
for Alex to someday go on office hours from from the office and like hardwire in a 12K with
won't
proper HDR.
He's stripped everything out of his office. There's nothing really there anymore. It would be a big pull. All right, sweet. Okay, so sure. So I'm gonna try to. Well, you guys can chat, but if you want to talk, chat. Well, you guys haven't ever been too talkative, anyways. I can actually allow you to talk. It turns out inside of a webinar. So
Mhm.
if inputs and I would say if you want to cut, raise your hand inside of the webinar and let us know, and then I can pull you in, or anyone. I think Lalo also has co-host ability, but I'm not sure. He looks like he went back to the.
Yeah, there are
attendee.
2 of him.
Okay.
There are 2 Tollarks. He's in panelist and attendee view.
Well, he's got co-host. He can bring himself in if
Yeah.
he wants.
I also have co-host, and yep, I can see I can promote people to panelist.
I do wish I could have a co-host in the what's it called, in the attendee room, just manage stuff. Flying down do not check Discord. All right. I need eye drops. I did not get enough sleep last night.
Since I don't actually have a camera, I'll stay as a attendee and I can elevate myself if I need to.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I have.
Yes, this is great.
Think I know on which account you are, and I just saw that if needed, I have access.
Yeah, I figured. And now the last thing I need to do is start streaming this. The STR. I need a temp for that.
Hi, everyone, welcome to Office Hours. If you're watching on
YouTube. Okay. Oh,
No labels for
Alex.
for
Sorry.
Alex, I think.
API.
I've just
This is process. This is run. Getting a loop. Here my audio's coming from. Where's that invite going?
sorry, say again.
It's in both blog posts.
Emails?
Alex was just talking that in the announcement post, Andy links to office hours as the place where everything will be discussed on Wednesday.
Oh, why isn't it working? Oh, okay.
Wherever you are in the world, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Liberty White, and you are the producer of the show. So you want to make
Is hers working? Good.
questions vote up on the
And
questions.
why is it Alice's working?
And
You have a second one here? I got one. Why isn't it working?
Hit answer. Hit answer. Hit answer.
I think we're going to. That's my answer. I mean, we can talk about a little bit of.
Yeah, Alex's name's still not working.
Actually know all the details on what's
See
happening.
it? Alex Lindsay, number one.
That, but I'm pretty excited. I think that it's rare for a company the size of Zoom have a company with real nuts and bolts production knowledge of their product. I mean, that's just not something that happens. I know it seems like it should happen all the time for every company, it doesn't happen very often. And so, so in knowing the team,
The super source apparently didn't build. We should see Alex in it, and we don't.
so anyway, but I think that we'll definitely be here. But you definitely want to be on Wednesday. Get the opportunity. Really, folks.
Okay, I'm looking for that failure.
Find a sponsor. Says, do problems come up if I use one device to control too many devices? My cell is now controlling two Java tools, Magnolia Strip, the Flow 8, and Elgato TI, and so forth. Well, I'd say probably just the numbers for this.
It sees him.
Most of those lights are in some small packets.
Okay, super source looks good.
Data network and Flow 8 only. The only issue I see, and I have to this slide is
Oh, they're pushing the button late.
Find that, make sure you leave the power USB bus, because if too much power goes out of the USB ports, it suffers, and then you make it easy. Just add on everything.
No, that didn't cut. Never mind. Bill is the only hand on the next one, so I won't be going to the super source for that. It'll be on it twice.
So Outlook, I'm seeing commas again. By the way, inside of the get hands.
Well, so things have been changing so much over the last 10 years. And it used to be that everybody needed to broadcast.
Alex is not working in the super source. I saw that before.
Should I bring him in? Come on.
And his name's not working either, or it was still, it wasn't last time.
No, I don't. I see the error. I don't know why it's happening. I see. What? How many? What the heck? Oh, he's in one. Sorry. There you are.
Okay. Well, I won't be going back to that super source now anyway. And yeah, Liberty's not pressing the buttons, so that means I can, which is good news because I can push it a bit early. All right. Fingers crossed that Bill Mitchell has put his hand up, so I will.
Yes. I think it's as people, more people.
Oh, it looks great.
TVs or TV sets, and especially office hours 2.0. I think we need to be consistent with the volume level that's out there, and of course, is the broadcast standard legislated by the FCC. So that isn't going to change anytime soon.
And Alex has put his hand up again. And is a hole in the super source.
The average level, especially when you're watching on YouTube. As someone who has to turn the volume up and down.
There you are.
Yep.
So the only time there's a standard is when we're watching broadcast.
I need to remember I'm pressing the buttons in panel view.
My parents, no, they watch it on DirecTV. But there's just, but it's it is as someone who's just only watching
101010052105.
The volume between
Oh, I need to keep remembering to take the graphic out because his name's still not working.
So has anybody confirmed that he has his 1080 number?
Yes, he's 1080, and I can see him in the routing table. I can see him routed. I can see his number listed 101080. I don't think that there's any additional characters behind his 1080. And I've also verified he only has 1 login in Mukana right now of 1080.
Hoping to set up an after hours. I will I need to use
So everything seems to correlate regarding the setup.
to get rid of.
Presto.
Use these lights. You need all three.
I'm gonna try another trick.
Sure, why not?
I'm gonna sync data again, but I'm not gonna set outputs. Oh, I have to set outputs. Oh, but they won't see it.
And the one thing I'll tell you
They won't.
I hope they've improved it.
Okay, I'll try it doing the next question. Okay, set up syncing data.
So just be patient.
Because the only concern here is whether it's going to mess up the smart speaker. Should I switch to screen share?
But not yet. I would say it's wait when he starts reading the next question.
Okay.
It was $45 for the pair. And so So these are totally different categories, so I'm asking.
And it's gone black.
What happened?
I follow it.
Screen smart speaker went black. I have switched to screen
Okay,
The
thank you.
distance between
Quick
these
set
and it's
Papa.
back.
what's the need, I always wanna make sure I can see the lights.
Okay,
So you see the
checking
lights,
locations.
the eyes and-
Uh,
Okay,
yes,
Bill,
Sky is
Capri.
showing as host because Liberty
Bill.
is now in
Bill,
12.
Capri, Sky,
Moving around and you don't have
Liberty
the,
to,
the
Liberty,
ability to change lights.
Liberty to host, Bill to reader,
Yeah, I was gonna say, when I started with these LED.
Bill to reader,
Lights and things like that, one thing that shocked me.
and then
Since
Guy
LED
Cochran
each
to-
look like a
oh, everything's
tiny
good.
Spotlight, they tend to be more intense and a bit more focused than old broad sources. that
okay,
you use
check
on
super
these.
sources.
So just be wary.
Yep, super source looks good.
Okay.
All
Right. God willing, let's fix Alex, does he raise his hand? Yep, raise his hand next one, and ready for Alex. Prepping for the next question.
So they're a different beast, and just be wary of overblowing your lighting. And your
And just, you know, so just be, take your time, be patient with yourself. It's learning whatever you're learning.
Can we go to active speaker?
Yeah, as soon as I will cut to super source for the question. Actually, no, I'm going to use smart gallery because it's safe. I know that's going to work. And then I will cut to back to active speaker as soon as we move off the gallery.
Scott Mueller, Germantown, New York, is up next. He says, "Is there a way
Okay,
to make
4.
Dante
Is Alex
virtual
fixed?
sound more reliable with my extended
Alex is fixed.
text than Dante Four? Does Dante do that in better option?
Okay, I didn't do that, so hopefully Alex
No.
has the title.
And the sound is functionally a better option if it was installed.
Okay. Yeah, that looks good now.
Yes, name fix.
They clicked the
That wasn't us? Okay, well, at least we fixed our side.
yeah.
Gillette. All right, nobody move. Myself included. Dennis, I love you.
Some of the audio, the basic USB to Dante connections, because we have
Make my life so much better.
our confidence in Dante virtual sound card has been eroding over time. It just doesn't seem to work 100% of the time. So I will say that we're having the same problem. Looking for unknown reasons to work for weeks, and then it drops out for a little bit of time in that process. So system, so we're not certain that it's going to be a problem. VIA is not the solution from my experience.
Next question.
Troy Myers in Bel Air, Maryland. Says, "The Roscoe Jones show, good for that awesome light." Yeah, I'll go with that. I mean, go to any Chinese place and order one. Any Chinese manufacturer. This is the remote.
Chinese restaurant.
This is actually an artifact. This is not something we decided.
Hole for Guy at the
Oh, man.
3.
What the places I will be staying will be in stone or
3, where's God? Oh, he's not in the, he's not anywhere.
Yeah, I don't see him.
What do you recommend?
He needs to go at 19.
Okay, moving guy to 19. I'll try doing it twice.
Sure has this combo
Guys.
package. SM58. USB interface that's designed to work with this
Guy.
microphone and
Number
the microphone,
19.
since it has
Guy 19. Okay, and then I'll try to pull him in here. He said 3. 3, 19.
There we go. Cool.
Yes, sir.
The interface also provides in-air monitoring and zero latency in-air monitoring.
Hopefully he has a label. I think Pete Sargent's on here too, right? Same thing. Oh, he's there. Yay! Yes, and a label. Note that's 12 years ago, and guy looks exactly the freaking same. Guy is a mutant.
Yep.
Guy is actually Logan. Wolverine hiding up in Seattle.
Damn it. Alex came up.
Mhm.
I was hoping to have a cleaner cut than that, but never mind.
What's that slide? Lusitania?
So I didn't catch that. You're a little muffled.
Snark.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not switching early enough. I need to pick her up on that. Because if she's clicking as late as she is, then we can't use a super source. And if I click, she then clicks and messes it up.
All right, let's see. We have 142 participants today, kind of our normal.
And 41 on YouTube.
Douglas says, what would Zoom's motivation be in investing in a business travel company when more and more are traveling less or not at all through this current circumstance?
What is he talking about?
That's very to business to apply when it's best to horizontal vertical integration would be when no one's going to do that within a market. Horizontal would be how do I find adjacent markets? But I think it could bring something in to disrupt our market and grow opportunities. My guess is they found something they think they could bring to that market that would disrupt it, that they could grow that market.
Use the word.
I presume Douglas means American Express Global Business Travel, which is an entity that's getting into hybrid business. So as we move forward, there's going to be a crossover in transitional space from traditional.
It looks like the super source is handling hands down and hands up better.
Thank you, Juan C. Robles. Bien hecho.
Yeah, that's working. Look, we've got Alex. That's all good.
Abrázame, Colombia. So this next question has a lot of hands.
Yep. And his labels work.
Yep.
His lower third.
How many shots? I don't know what you mean by that. Dennis, can you explain that to her in the chat panel chat?
Huh?
Yeah. I will give that a go in a minute. That super source actually looks good. Everyone's sitting in the right place.
For me, it's been non-technical, sort of.
which is the importance of strong conversation, facilitation, or moderation.
Oh, yeah, Tommy, I think I will ask Chad to work on that.
Yeah, that'd be good if Dennis just focuses on cutting,
The next person, and now it's happening kind of invisibly, but
if
it's
possible.
the physical and
Oh, his hand raised, maybe training. Okay. Did you come up with panelists? AB, do you want me to promote your panels or just a lot of talk? Say that again. Yeah, a lot of talk.
Yeah. Well, the good news, I take it that Juan's code has made it into the live system now.
A lot of talk, and I'll bring in so. So, AB, do you want to cut? Where'd you go?
I brought him in.
Okay, cool.
So, Chad, could you please send a panelist chat to Miss Liberty about her timing of
Yeah, she
answering
needs
questions?
to click the next person before she announces them.
Thank you, Chad.
Roger.
Oops. Yeah, that was better that time.
That's for answers or that's for questions?
It's for panelists. She needs to click Roscoe's name before she calls on him. That way the super source is ready for me to cut to when she says his name.
She's acknowledged it.
That's fantastic. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, she may have acknowledged it, but she didn't do it yet.
Don't speak too soon, Twala. We don't know that's a win.
I can always be grateful. Whether or not it works or not is different.
Good. Thank you, sir.
Okay, next question. We just have David.
And I believe that is the case. The blink is from an order change. Go, Rabbi Paskin. some good keynote skills going on there.
Courtney needs to be more centered in frame. There we are. It's a bit better.
If we don't have the a multi-view in the office hours webinar, they don't have a way to see that they're being drawn that way.
Right.
Yeah, Liberty's still clicking names too late. It means I just can't use the super source.
It's Bill clicking the answers.
Yes, but the issue for me is more when the panelist gets clicked to announce they're the current speaker, and that's happening too late for the super source to be updated in time for Liberty's call.
Say that again, Dennis.
Hang on, let me just cut this. Yeah, so the issue is when you'll see in panel view, Alex's name is in green at the moment in the current question. Liberty is the one clicking the button to make that happen, and it's happening too late for the super source. She needs to click the button before she calls someone's name.
Got it. It's Bill's misunderstanding. I'll clarify for him. Thank you.
Yeah, what Bill is doing now is great, so don't tell him to change anything. The change he made to bringing the question up a little earlier is fantastic. That's also a helpful thing.
The issue is Liberty calling on people, not Bill calling on questions.
Yes. Although him going to the next question earlier is also helpful. So don't discourage him from that.
That's interesting. On screen, the answers here are 1, 3, 4.
Sorry, Chad, I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm looking in panel view at the answerers. There are 6 of them, and we have numbers 1 through 7. It's Chris feedback. It's not production feedback. I apologize.
Oh, right.
Liberty insists that Bill is doing the clicking.
Oh, okay. That is what Alex wanted. If Bill is clicking the names, then he needs to do it before the previous person finishes speaking.
Copy that. Thank you.
Or maybe it's Alex. Or maybe Alex is selecting answers.
Bill's coming back saying it's an issue of split duties. I'm cycling the answers and attempting to presume if Liberty is continuing with the comment or moving on. He's having trouble anticipating what she's thinking.
Right. Well, once a person is speaking and the super source is off screen, it can be changed immediately.
She can't see the preview. But she can't see the multi-view. She can only see program.
Yeah, well, that's fine, because once you see that I'm off the super source, then it's time to change to the next person in the list. So, like now, Mitchell is talking. I'm not going to be going back to the super source until we go to Jeffrey. So, like, I would push Jeffrey now, the super source updates, and then I'm ready to switch to the super source as soon as Liberty's finishes talking.
It's going to be a procedural issue later on when they're using
Yeah.
the answer change.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get them sorted during the show today. It's something to talk about them off air.
Now Liberty's saying that she's going to click answer for the next few. We're just muddying water. I'm just muddying the waters here.
Right. Well, she shouldn't be pressing answer. It should be Bill that presses answer. no hands on the next question. If there's anyone who wants to cut for a couple of questions, make sure you're logged into the interface. And let me know verbally when you're ready, and I will hand the baton over to you.
Bear in mind that some people are attendees, and if they wanted to come in, they would have to raise their hands. So, in order to tell you that verbally, so let me just check. Does anybody have their hands up?
I'm not
No.
seeing any. Alex isn't in the middle. Hole at 10.
Hole at 10. Because someone left or because of another problem? Let's see.
Who was at 10?
Rabbi David.
I think that what you gave
Oh, no.
the second question.
David Pascal, yeah.
Yesterday was that you had more specific things of this.
You're in the
Yeah,
meeting. Can you let us know?
He's still in the meeting. He's got his camera off.
Yes, I'm not going to move him.
That time when your only connection to the internet falls on the ground and disconnects from your USB cord.
Looks like Alex got it. And then he lost it again.
Yeah, Alex is still to the right of the frame a bit.
Bless you. It would be good to have a multi-view in there.
Mm.
Anyone mind if I bring a multi-view in there?
I don't think there'll be an issue with that.
Just see how it's gonna look. All right, mine's gonna be a little blue, but it'll be present.
Yeah. Problem in the super. Oh, there's a problem with the super source. It's missing the fourth person.
Okay, I'm gonna go take a look to see what's going on in Makana. I mean, yeah. Yeah, we have a bad Mukana import with commas. That's the reason.
Right.
Can someone mark the time, please?
15:54.
15:54, 10:54.
So it'd be 7:54 Pacific.
Yes, Juan, I'm sending it now.
Do we have someone making notes for today? Because if we do, I'd like them to jot down a reminder that we need to have the lower thirds come up later. If Liberty says next person, her lower third starts building and hasn't finished building by the time it flips to the next person.
Somebody willing to volunteer for that project, or do you need to do it?
If you
The chat is not doesn't stay. We
Yeah.
have the potential of losing it, so chat's not a good place.
Yeah, it really needs to go in a Word, in a text document that can be sent to one of the either me or JJ.
Right, I'm
and then we
going to build a Google Doc right now.
Cool.
Oh wait, George is making notes on his iPad. Wonderful.
Excellent. Thanks, George. SuperSource is currently empty with 4 black boxes.
Yeah, that's not surprising with the way that data is coming in. But JJ, can you do a RSS process, please?
Do you mean DSS?
That's what I do mean. Sorry.
Yes.
Yep, it's not working. Try a reset. There we go.
Cool.
Did I? I may have just lost internet.
We're here.
No, I know. I'm coming to you on a phone for my voice and tethering everywhere else, and I think that just died. No, it came back. Okay, good. Because telcos want to kill me.
No hands on the next question. I'm going to stick just on Bill's shot, and he is framed correctly, so the question won't cover him up. We saw Alex flash up for a moment then. No, that's Douglas Carmichael. I have hit graphic in again and got the right question. It was slow to cut back to Alex on that shot. And Alex should be in the super source and isn't. I'm going to hit DSS reset and see if that fixes it. And it doesn't.
Okay, let me see what's going on. God. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I need to actually refresh this.
Oh, Alex should be a current speaker, but he did have his hand up and it had been accepted.
Yeah, and that's the way it's coming in from Okana. So some other problem has occurred. And the appropriate output is being sent. Let's see.
Oh, Liberty's gone really dark. She's making changes. Oh. We're not seeing Guy in Smart Speaker anymore. 19 cut. Yeah, I
AJ
don't
might
know.
have to do a might have to do a
Well, the odd thing was he was there, but he stopped appearing in Smart Speaker. He was in Smart Speaker, and then it got.
Hello?
It's back. Okay. No, broke.
Supersource broke again?
No, it was a Mokana issue. It's because I clicked Courtney to get the SuperSource ready for me, but then someone clicked Courtney again, which lowered all hands and messed the SuperSource up.
Copy that. Are you on the panel? You're on the panel view.
I'm in panel view, yeah. Where the solution for this is that the names need to be clicked by someone who's in this meeting, and the host and reader can just concentrate on being host and reader.
One thing that's good about the webinar, though, AV Trainer, is that it allows us to have multi cameras in from one Zoom client from JJ, which makes things a lot better.
Did we get a 2.0 link today?
Yes, Jeffrey and Alex both pasted one.
Got it.
Now it's like he's trolling me, moving more and more screen right.
Mm. I think one issue may be that Alex does tend to ignore the panel chat. And there's an excuse when he's host, but if it's a panelist, you should be paying attention to it. Hole at 2 and oh, flipping heck, here we go. 2 and 8 and 15.
All black.
Are they gone, Don? That is TJ Asher, who is still in the meeting. 8 is Mitchell Hill, who's gone.
David is eating on camera. So minus 10 points to him.
Tobias, who is also gone. All right. So
Another hole now at 6.
I've got a guy. Nigel's still here. So 2 and 6 have cameras off, but they're still present. 8 is gone.
4 is now blank.
Jeffrey. Okay, Jeffrey's gone.
We've got
Yeah.
Guy
Yes.
who's not on screen.
Yes, Tommy, I will put you on panel here in 1 second if that hasn't already happened. Be there now.
We got Mark at what's that, 17. So he could fill a hole in the 16 up.
So 2 and 6, but they're still here. They just turned their cameras off.
Right. And we've got scopes in 4 now. Mark could move to 4. That's interesting. Mark is not anywhere. He's at 17.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Tommy, were you able to come in?
I see Tommy in the panelists.
Yes, I'm
In
fine.
answer to Graham, how we listen to the show is by having Zoom open in office hours.
I am in fine, thank you.
The request for what?
To
what's-
join the panel, I think. If that's
moving
Reed Douglas's
everyone-
question.
And just moving everyone to panelists. The primary need was to get, number one, to keep the distractions out of the program itself. That's what we're here. We're training using program. And I couldn't get multiple cameras in to a regular meeting. I tried.
Gerald is still a panelist, in attendees.
Yeah, in answer to AV Trainer, it doesn't have to be another device. If you have another Zoom instance, such as Zoom OST, you can have two Zoom meetings open simultaneously on the same machine.
And nice back at 6. And looking at the color inside of the program, my guess is that Alex is very pushing the color a lot in the FSHDR. For me, the comparison of Jason Zoom and Jason in the color corrected version is drastic.
So I didn't catch all of that, JJ. Nigel's back. We've now got a hole instead at 10. So that's David having turned his camera off again.
Jessuson's flag was Panama because he's from Pennsylvania.
We have to help all the producers, not just all the panelists, understand that they need a USA or a country code after their state.
Yeah.
George, to be clear, are you putting the notes in the chat or separately?
Yeah, notes need to be captured outside of chat because that will go away as soon as the meeting ends. We're not seeing
Great, thank you so much.
Alex. Alex is not showing up in Smart Speaker. We're just seeing Bill there.
This is a pretty common occurrence. I don't know what it is about Alex that happens a lot with.
Yeah, he's good now. So I've cut back to the Smart Speaker.
I wonder if it's because he uses a hardware mute. Because if his mic is open all the time, it may not.
Yeah, but he was
Smart
speaking. It should have triggered. It should have heard him and switched. It wasn't like Bill was talking.
I don't think that Isadora is listening at all. So
Oh,
it is using Zoom OSC's information, whether or not somebody's talking. Sometimes I think that uses the mute status as well as level. Yeah, you can use that as a backup in terms of copying and separating out the notes. It's just that I have been dumped off of Zoom meetings so often that I have not been able to see the whole chat, and that's why I was concerned about that. We had a flash on Bill's video, and it flashed in both SuperSource and Active Speaker.
did we see it happen in Zoom? That's the key question.
Just happened.
Very
again.
likely not.
And yeah, we're seeing Bill and not Alex in the SuperSource. So it would appear that Meccana thinks that Bill is Alex at the moment for some reason.
No, he's the correct hand raise came in, which is Alex.
Yeah.
So there's some other problem happening.
Yeah. Well, this was the same thing I saw in the smart speaker, that it was showing Bill instead of Alex.
Yeah, so this is a thing about Alex. It's happened a couple days in a row. Very rarely or never happens with anyone else, which is weird.
I wonder if there might just be some random invisible character out of an odd character set in Alex's data in Lukana.
Could be.
Well, it was working earlier on.
Yeah, it's intermittent, so still could be a thing. Like,
and he's showing in smart speaker at the moment, so that's fixed now.
Look,
Yes, sir.
should I see attendees' names pop up inside of the Zoom OSC Live Database Manager?
No.
I am. I'm seeing attendees here in the Zoom OSC Live.
Has that ever been the case before?
I don't know. I was trying to figure out, watching the routes pass right now to see if I can't find the behavior for Alex's name, and mostly Alex's name out of hearing. I see names like Fleety. Fleety, Zoni, Dandoy, Patrick Dandoy. No, Zoni Dandoy. Austin's in the crew channel.
In the serialized username data right now, I only see panelists. It's weird. Of course, I'm only here as an attendee. That may be why. Please, I'm gonna quit. See if maybe I've made that thing happen. I don't think so, but tell me if they go away. Sorry, there's a correction to that note, George. Serialized user data only sees panelists, but doesn't see attendees. Did you copy that, George? The serialized user data in my secondary Isadora was only seeing panelists, not seeing attendees, as opposed to what JJ was seeing over on the other side. Perfect. Thank you so much, George. Perfect.
So
Hey,
Alex
Chad.
moving around. I thought he might be recentering, but he didn't.
Chad, did you see the copy paste of the information coming out of Mukana with the commas?
I don't have any documentary evidence of it.
I'm sending it to you directly. Might be something that Chris could use. It seems to have a pretty consistent correlation to things breaking on our end.
What was the actual data supposed to have been for that moment?
Carriage returns rather than commas.
No, this is different. That view uses comma delimiters for each of 3 different lines. The upcoming answers, then second line is the current answerer, and then the third line is previous answerers. Like right now, when I look at that view, I'm getting none on line 1, 1080 for line 2, and then a comma delimited list of the 4 previous answers. So that looks appropriate to me.
I don't think that Isadora has the logic to know the difference.
Okay.
It breaks Isadora when that happens.
All right. I know that in Isadora, when we're looking at those hands are all line breaks, not comma delimited.
Correct. That's my point.
Process on that side.
I will double check that.
So used to the active camera that older stuff is part of the performance. That's not moving fast enough. And I realized that there's something about that where we're giving constantly waiting to bring up those outputs and everything else. It's not something that brings me normal. Like, wow, like that just happened. And so I think that that's part of why it is whereas it's constantly kind of beating a lower brain thing where it's constantly tapping. I think that might be crazy. But I think that there's a possibility that it's not good for us. Like parts of our brain because that keeps us watching. But
We hear the meeting coming back in the meeting. Can somebody mute so that doesn't happen?
That'll be JJ.
Chad, I'm going to copy the current information
muted.
coming in,
Thank you.
which seems to be what happens when we're in correct mode. Oh, I see. Yeah, you're right, Chad. There is something that is supposed to fix that, but it doesn't seem to always work. So we need to look at that code as well. If it does not have a comma, will result push.
Yeah, that's something we can look at the code about. Thank you.
This is that. What I just sent you is the code that should be doing that work.
Copy that. Thank you. You know, that regular expression doesn't make me happy.
I don't know. Paganini might be a little more virtuous than that. I wonder if the commas are introduced when there are like 15 answers, when it goes above the 4.
The sample data that we had provided didn't have more than 3 on any of them, did it?
The example that I first sent had, it seemed like 5.
On per row. So you got 3 on top, 1 in the middle, and none in the bottom.
Yeah, but my question is, what is the behavior that results in 3 on top? Because it's not every time.
The ones on top, as Chris described it, should be the people with hands up who've been selected but are not the current person answering now.
That's not really what's happening most of the time.
All right. Keep an eye on panel view. Okay, so right now we'd have Jason on top and Alex in the middle and none on bottom.
Right.
Why are we seeing Joe? He appeared in the smart speaker and didn't say anything. Oh, he's unmuted.
Yeah, see, the normal behavior is three rows.
When they switch to the next question, let's see how they progress with Alex and Jason. As
And then
soon-
Chad, are you okay with me?
Oh, refresh.
Okay.
2 on top.
Yeah.
Tony in the middle, none on bottom.
Yeah, and this gives me 1 comma.
1 comma for 2 people who haven't answered yet, but are in line and are not current. The second line is Tony because he's currently selected to answer. Selected
Got
as
it.
the current answerer. And
Got
none
it.
because
Okay.
nobody's answered yet. So Tony should fall to the bottom when she selects Alex, and we'll have 1, 1, 1.
All right. My question is, if there are multiple commas, because that's what's breaking that linearizer code.
That's possible.
It seems to be working right now, right?
So if you refresh now, we've got 1, 1, 1.
Yeah, 0 commas though.
Yeah. And as she goes to Sky, we'll have 2 on bottom with 1 comma. It'll be Tony and Alex on the 3rd row. Roscoe went and messed up my math. If you refresh again, we've got 2 on top because they're future answers. So for drawing the super, we'll be combining row 1 and 2.
Row 1 and 2.
The supers
Yes,
are
that's what
drawn-
that's what it's doing.
Good.
It'd be great if we could see one happen where there's 2 commas. I think that might be the issue.
We could just get the panel to pick their question a little sooner. I can't believe there's only 2 people with a hand up for the next question. The only way you get 2 commas here is to have the bottom row after Sky's finished and she goes to Roscoe. Now,
You mean to refresh?
yep,
Yeah, I have 2 commas and
but those will
See,
never
does it-
display because they're previous answerers.
okay, didn't break it, huh?
I don't know. I'm not looking where I can see that, but it's showing me what I consider to be the expected behavior.
Copy that. Thank you. Thank you for explaining it to me. That helps a lot. I think, is there a behavior where there would be commas in the upcoming?
If we get one more hand on the current question before Alex finishes his answer. We really got to stay on people that raise hands early. Okay, and two questions. Tobias has 3 raised hands. If you look at
Yep.
it before she selects the first answerer, you should have
Uh-huh.
the comments.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'd like to turn on a very slow continuous refresh. Is that okay?
Yeah, go crazy. Just make sure that you monitor when that change takes place, because it's only going to be there for a second.
All right, well, I'm just going to do it manually if you'll let me know, because I'm not looking. As well, not introduce a new thing to a kind of stable system.
I'd really love for just one more hand to go up on that, so we don't have to have such a itchy trigger finger.
So I just think we just got to, yeah, we have them now. And it is, so now I only, yeah, it breaks with 2 commas. We have double 1080s.
Alex was first, Alex was
Yeah.
current, Alex is last.
Yeah, the behavior from the super source there was correct. Alex had his hand up twice in a row, and I just clicked to highlight the last one, and the super source updated in the correct way. So that was correct behavior, even though it looked odd.
Ew.
I mean, perhaps in
Right.
future we should see where the same person puts their hand up twice in a row and only show them once. But yeah, it was behaving the way we would expect it to.
I would have expected the subsequent click of raise hand to have removed him from the current selection. But as he was the active answerer, it didn't do that.
Yeah, so I can do this now. It's not on screen. If I put it back to his previous one, that's the state we were in, and that does look correct in terms of what Meccana is telling it.
We got 5 hands on Tobias's. So as soon as he's finished with Douglas's question, let's start looking at that.
I'm just seeing a lot of 1080 right now. All right, 4 commas. And I get none, 1080, 1058, 1076, 1094, 1020. All correctly, but none is first.
Because there was no actively selected. Wait, never mind. Hold on. Let me keep looking at data.
And super source.
Please document the super source states because I can't see that part.
Is super source broken, everyone, or no?
No, it's
Okay.
fine.
Cool.
Something I've noticed in the 2.0 today is Sky is looking overly sharp. We're sort of getting Ware in his beard.
Production note, Nick Sky shave. That was intended to be a joke. I apologize. And this will be an opportunity to see at least a comma on top and bottom.
Oh, okay. Let me refresh. Right now, I only see him on the beginning.
We need two more answers to get commas on.
Okay.
this end.
I don't have commas before and after.
It's when Sky is answering that you'll get one each. One comma each. There we go. What's the super look like?
It's correct.
Thank you.
So that disproves my theory. That's fantastic. So is it broken now?
No.
Because I see.
Alex is the current speaker. He's the last one in the chain, and it's just him showing in the SuperSource 2.
Okay. Great. How many more questions are there?
There are 4 more on deck and none in the queue. Questions are now disabled.
Give a holler when you see SuperSource acting strangely, and I'll see if I can be quick to get.
SuperSource is good currently.
When there's a none instead of a number in those data streams, what does the none mean?
In the top row, it means that there's no one in line after Bill or after the current answer. In the middle row, it means there is no one currently selected as a current answerer. And in the bottom row, it would mean that no one has previously answered for this question.
Oh, that didn't work. So there are 4 hands up. It showed them correctly, and then as soon as Alex's hand was it was activated, we lost Sky and Courtney. You can see the SuperSource is just showing Alex and Mark, where Sky and Courtney should also be in frame.
Data from Mukana looks correct.
I'm hitting
Data-
DSS reset, and that's corrected it.
So there's a
Yeah, the data
flash of
going
a-
into the SuperSource brain was correct.
Right. So that was odd because it built it correctly when the question first came up, and then Sky and Courtney disappeared. And now it did some sort of weird shuffly thing. Oh, that was when the question was locked.
That's when Roscoe joined as well. Although it wouldn't surprise me if locking the question does something to the data.
I'm sure it does, because it had been bringing up the large view for the reader. When I was question reader, I would get the question back up again when the question got locked.
I wonder if it sends the same information again.
We need to spend some time in our dummy test Mukana with like 5 or 6 people raising their hands and swapping around and checking all the behaviors.
Yeah, today's my last day off, so I'm available.
Sorry,
Or
say
if
that
you're
again,
only
Chad.
available, he's only available today.
That's a more elegant and articulate way to say that. Yeah.
Chad, do you want to propose some times?
Right now, I'm wrangling data. I'm
Okay,
looking at
never
what
mind.
people like to have in mind.
Okay.
Here's your moment for 2 commas up and 1 comma down.
I think that my my theory has been completely debunked, which makes me happy.
Good to hear, sir. So it's Nick Bat's question as we entered Nick Bat's question when we saw it happen again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Two more questions left for the day after this one. Oh, something odd just happened then it went to the 4 up, and I thought I saw Alex, and then came back again. I think it may have been clicking Courtney's name and clicking it again. Let me just try that now. If I do that, yeah, that was weird. Weird.
I wasn't quick enough to get the capture what that did to the data.
hmm
Would you be able to do the same trick with Bill?
Yep. So I'm clicking Bill to turn him off, and that now sends us back to the beginning.
Okay.
But it hasn't updated the number of boxes. Now, if I click Bill again, that should correct who we see in the boxes. This time, it doesn't seem to have done so.
Oh, that was fascinating from this side, though.
I'm going to hit DSS reset.
You saw something fascinating?
I did see something fascinating. Let's get on the other side of this event and we'll talk about it.
Right. Something even more fascinating is that it's now broken and isn't updating to reflect the current reality.
See how fascinating that is? When you
Yeah.
reset, it's not picking up the 2 that should be on deck now?
Yeah.
Yes, it's not.
And now it fixed itself.
Okay, good. All right. Is fascinating the right word for that? Let me see. Okay, not everybody can see this at once. Twilight, I'm going to send you a handful of images in order.
Okay.
Not a handful. I'm sending you 2. Those were in order. Then this, where are you in? There we go. This is before. This is after.
Fascinating. I think fascinating is the right word.
If we have to call out a Makana issue, that's a Makana issue.
Next question is the last question.
Whew.
Now, what I suspect we will see when the next question is answered is that the super source will flicker and rearrange itself. It shouldn't, because the setup will be identical to how it is now. Alex is the only person with their hand up. And that's a thing that we need to address in the code, that if it sees that the state it's moving to is the same as the state it's in, it should just do nothing. Yeah, there we go.
George, I see your hand up in the other webinar. It is unlikely that you're going to be brought into the panel today, sir.
Is there any way we can fill the holes in the super source? In the 16 app, I mean. So I can go to the 16 app to show the panel when they're thanked at the end, even if it's just repeated people or something. Oops, that was not the button I meant to press.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of options, do you?
It's gonna be 17 skies.
As long as you don't put them side by side, I think
Yeah.
you can repeat as much as you need to.
You could use Mark in the empty spot at 10. There we are.
All the liberties, all the Tony Moblies.
That's where we're taking liberties, aren't we? Right, can't go to the super source because there are 2 liberties there too.
Liberty raises hands as a host, which is not something Alex does.
Yes. Well, I like that. It's helpful for us to know who's going to be speaking next.
You now have multi-view in the program.
I just did that.
There's an error in the super source at the moment. Alex has his hand up and has been accepted and is not showing in the super source.
Introduce code to wipe duplicate IDs, and I opened the wrong mic at the wrong time.
Uh-oh.
I'm pressing DSS reset and that has fixed it. Roscoe's asking how many people we've got in our Zoom today.
Well, if you count all the Tonys and all the Liberties.
No, it was just our training meeting he was interested in.
Oh.
Anything else, Liberty?
We're back to the multi-view in the program.
Right now, just inviting everyone, if you are still tuned in, to join us in After Hours. And thank you so much for watching us today. And now we'll hand it back to you, Alex.
Thanks, Liberty. Great work. Just a reminder that tomorrow we'll do the same thing, but we'll just talk mostly about audio. Probably maybe a little bit, and but we'll talk about audio. We'll just today is an introspective week.
Getting a feed of office hours back into this meeting.
They could be very busy. I would recommend that if you're interested in having the conversation with everyone that's coming, I would get here early. We do have.
I think that's you, Graham.
And we don't know.
Sorry.
How this is going to get promoted or.
Oh, Marley.
Time to go take my medicine.
Okay, we are out.
Thank you, everybody.
Great job, everyone.
Thank you.
George, if you would put that all into a document and then send it. I don't know where we should necessarily put it. Maybe in the. Just send it to me and I'll figure out where to put it.
I can. I'll put it into a doc and send it to you in Discord directly. That work?
Yeah, that's great. And then I'll figure out where we put it for wider distribution.
Sure. It's a little messy, but
No problem.
it's there.
No problem.
All right. Cheers.
Thank you for that. That's great.
No worries.